Good day. Our topic is inductive and deductive reasoning. Inductive reasoning is a type of reasoning that involves using specific observations or examples to form a general rule or conclusion. It involves moving from specific to general. Inductive reasoning is used in scientific research, everyday problem solving, and decision making. So this means that inductive reasoning, the concept of it is from a detailed information down to general conclusion. So from specific to general idea. Specific idea to general idea. Yan yung inductive reasoning. So ganyan yung kanyang concept. So we have here several steps. So the first step is observation. This is the first step, is to observe a specific phenomenon or event. The second step is the pattern recognition. This is to recognize patterns or irregularities in the observations. So this involves identifying similarities, differences, and relationships among the observations. The next step is the hypothesis formation. So after the patterns identified, based on the observations. So a hypothesis or tentative explanation is formed. So the hypothesis is a generalization that applies to all situations similar to the observed ones. Then after that, so the next step is testing. So the hypothesis is then tested by collecting additional data or evidence. If the evidence supports the hypothesis, it is considered to be strengthened. If the evidence contradicts the hypothesis, it is either revised or discarded. So after the testing, so we have now the conclusion. So finally, a conclusion is made based on the evidence collected. If the evidence supports the hypothesis, it is considered to be a valid conclusion. If the evidence does not support the hypothesis, it is either revised or discarded. Inductive reasoning is often used in scientific research to develop theories and models. For example, so a scientist might observe various species of birds and notice that they all have feathers. So based on this observation, the scientist forms a hypothesis that all birds have feathers. So the hypothesis is then tested by observing more birds. And if the evidence supports the hypothesis, it becomes a theory. Another is inductive reasoning is also used in everyday problem solving. For example, a person might notice that every time they eat a certain food, they experience stomach pain. Based on this observation, they form a hypothesis that they are allergic to the food. They can then test the hypothesis by avoiding the food and seeing if the stomach pain goes away. If it does, the hypothesis is considered to be valid. Alam naman natin na merong mga pagkain na matataas yung mga allergic content. So kung ikaw may allergies ka, you need to avoid foods that can trigger allergies. So for example, kung ikaw ay merong hika or asthma, so you are going to minimize your eating food like chicken. Yan, mga processed foods. So, and especially seafoods. Kung sa prutas naman, avoid yung rich in fibers. Masyadong rich in fibers. Like pineapple, mango, yon. So, kailangan natin siyang i-avoid. Kung halimbawa, kung ikaw ay inuubo, so wag ka nang kumain ng itlog. Any types of itlog kasi matitrigger yung mas lalong lalala yung inyong ubo. So, avoid ka na rin kumain ng manok. So, pakalmahin mo muna ang iyong sarili. So, take medicines. So, yan yung mga kailangan nyong gawin. So, wag ka munang kakain ng mangga pag ikaw ay inuubo. Kaya baka hindi ka makatulog hanggang madaling araw. So, yan yung based on my observation. So, every time na meron akong baga may ubo. So, pag kumakain ako ng itlog or kakain ako ng mangga. So, pag automatic 'yan pag gabi. So, matagal ako makatulog kasi magkakaroon ng yung ubo mas lalala. So, yan siya yung kailangan i-avoid pag merong allergies. So, we have here examples. Based on the observation, then we can arrive with the conclusion. So, first, every time I heat water 100 to 100 degrees Celsius, it boils. So, another observation, my classmates also observed the same result. Conclusion, water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. So, yan yung inductive reasoning. So, ito siya. The first, yung observation natin, itong dalawa, yan siya. Yung mga specific na mga information, mga ideas, or mga detailed information. And then, last is yung conclusion. Or the generalization. Yan siya. Another, my phone battery lasts longer when I don't use social media apps. So, then another observation, my friend says the same thing about his phone. So conclusion, using social media apps drains battery faster. So this is totoo ito, this is factual. Kasi masyadong malaki yung kinakain na battery percentage ng mga social media apps like Facebook. Yan, mas maliit yung YouTube. Pero Facebook mas malaki. So, mas madaling ma-drain yung battery ng cellphone nyo. Another, we have here. So, we have a pattern here. 2 times 1 equals 2. 2 times 2 equals 4. 2 times 3 equals 6. And 2 times 4 equals 8. So, conclusion, 2 times n equals 2n for all whole numbers. So any number, so multiply lang. So that's the answer. Number 4, observation, it has rained every afternoon for the past 5 days. So last week, so parang ganito lang. Sa conclusion, it will probably rain again this afternoon. So yan, so merong mga week na maulan. So, and then you can conclude baka uulan. 5. Observation, John got high grades in all his quizzes. Another observation, he submits assignments early. Conclusion, John will likely perform well in the exam. 6. The dog barks every time a stranger approaches the gate. Another observation, the dog did not bark when its owner came. Conclusion, the dog can tell the difference between the strangers and the familiar people. 7. Observation, 9 out of 10 reviews say the laptop is fast and reliable. Conclusion, this laptop is likely to be a good choice. 8. Observation, I sleep better on nights when I drink chamomile tea. Observation, friends also say it helps them sleep. Conclusion, chamomile tea promotes better sleep. Yan. So yan yung inductive reasoning. Ito yung mga examples ng inductive reasoning. So merong observation, then you can conclude based on those observations. For deductive reasoning, let's have deductive reasoning here. Deductive reasoning is a method of logical thinking that involves drawing conclusions from a set of premises or assumptions. It is often used in mathematics, science, and philosophy to determine the validity of arguments or to solve problems. So, In deductive reasoning, the conclusion is necessarily true if the premises are true. This means that if the premises are true, then the conclusions must also be true. So deductive reasoning is based on the laws of logic, which dictate that the certain relationship between propositions must hold true. So yung general concept natin ng deductive reasoning is the kabaliktaran ng ating inductive reasoning. So kung ang inductive reasoning is from specific idea to general idea, ito naman is from general idea to specific idea. So yan siya. Now we have two types of deductive reasoning. The first one is deductive reasoning by syllogism. Syllogism. The second one is by conditional argument. The first here, by syllogism. This type of reasoning involves two premises and a conclusion. The conclusion is drawn by applying a general principle or rule to a specific case. Now, let's have here example ng ating syllogism. So, we have two premises. Premise 1 and premise 2, then conclusion. So, we have here premise 1, all men are mortal. Premise 2, Socrates is a man. Conclusion, therefore, Socrates is mortal. Based on this observation, if you are going to observe, yung premise natin, yung first premise natin, yung premise 1, this is a general idea. In general form siya. All men. So, all. So, para sa lahat. For every, for all. Yan siya. That is syllogism. Then, followed by detailed information. And then, yung conclusion ay very specific. So, yan siya. Yan yung ating deductive reasoning. So, here in syllogism, nilalahat niya. That's for all. For deductive reasoning by conditional argument, this type of reasoning involves a conditional statement, if then, and a premise. Naka-if then statement siya. The conclusion is drawn by applying the conditional statement to the premise. So we have here a conditional statement. So conditional statement, yung naka-if then statement siya. If it rains, the ground gets wet. So yung premise, it is raining. So conclusion, therefore, the ground is wet. So tandaan nyo, that is a conditional argument kung meron tayong if-then statement. So that is deductive reasoning by conditional argument. So yun yung dalawang types ng deductive reasoning natin, by syllogism and by conditional argument. So yung syllogism, naka-indicate siya at first na for all. So para sa lahat. So nilalahat niya. So meron siyang idea na ganon. And then yung conditional argument naman is naka if-then statement. So deductive reasoning is often contrasted with inductive reasoning, which involves drawing conclusions based on specific observations. While deductive reasoning is considered to be more reliable than inductive reasoning, it is also more limited in the scope and can only be used to draw conclusions that are necessarily true. So, mas reliable ang ating deductive reasoning. So, let's have here example in mathematics. So, we have two premises and a conclusion. Premise 1, all even numbers are divisible by 2. Premise 2, 14 is an even number. Therefore, 14 is divisible by 2. Ayan siya. This is by syllogism. Meron siyang all even numbers. So, in the law, premise 1, anyone who drives over the speed limit is breaking the law. Premise 2, Anna drove at 90 km per hour in a 60 km per hour zone. Conclusion, Anna broke the law. So, lumampas siya. Here, anyone. So, yan siya for all, para sa lahat. So, ibig sabihin, this one is a syllogism. Biology. All birds have feathers. A sparrow is a bird. A sparrow has feathers. Yan. This is syllogism. In education, all students who pass the final exam will pass the course. Miguel passed the final exam. Miguel will pass the course. Here, in shopping, if a product is on sale, it costs less than usual. So this shirt is on sale. No, this shirt costs less than usual. So this is an if-then statement. So this is in conditional by conditional argument. So daily routine, if it is Monday, I have a staff meeting. Today is Monday. Oh, I have a staff meeting today. So this is a conditional argument. In programming, if the input is invalid, the program will display an error message. The input is invalid, so the program will display an error message. So this is by conditional argument. For school rule, students must wear an ID to enter the campus. Lisa is not wearing her ID. Lisa cannot enter the campus. So students, so ibig sabihin lahat ng estudyante. So this one is syllogism. Now, all squares have 4 equal sides. This shape is a square. This shape has 4 equal sides. Yan. This is by syllogism. So note, another example on deductive reasoning is solving the unknown value of the equation in the linear equation. The process in solving the linear equation is using deductive strategy, where you are going to find the specific value of the unknown in the equation. Yan. So, meron tayong yung pag-solve ng mga, alam ba, solve for x, solve for y, yung mga ganun na mga value, yung word problems, yun siya, ang ginagamit doon ay deductive reasoning, yung strategy. Here, the deductive reasoning with linear equation. Example number 1, for solving for a variable. This is the given equation. Ang general rule niya is to isolate a variable in a linear equation. Use inverse operations. So, 2x plus 3 equals 11. So, yung steps natin, deductive steps, subtract 3 from both sides. No, ito, subtract 3 from both sides. Plus 3 man yan. Para 2x na lang ang maiwan. Then, dito sa kabila, 11 minus 3. So, we have 2x is equal to 8. Then, divide both sides by 2. So, divide both sides by 2. 2x divided by 2 equals 8 divided by 2. The answer is, x na lang ang matira. X equals 4. Conclusion, the solution is equals to 4. X is equal to 4. Sa checking na solution. So, for 5x minus 2 equals 13. So, we have a proposed solution. If x is equal to 3. So, let's check. So, a solution to an equation makes both sides equal. So, dapat equal ang dalawang side. So, para tama siya. So, dito magiging, dapat dito na side sa equation natin magiging 13 equal sa right side. So, if x is equal to 3, substitute natin yung x into 3. So, that's 5x. Instead of 5x, so we have 5 times 3 minus 2. So, that is 15 minus 2 equals 13. So, since both sides equal 13. So, conclusion, x equals 3 is a correct solution. Then next, determining a linear relationship. General rule. A linear equation has the form y is equal to mx plus b, where m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. A line passes through 0, 5, and has a slope of 2. Itong 5 natin dito, ito yung b. So, ito 0, A ito, tapos ito naman yung B. Pero, 0 naman siya, so hindi natin siya isasali. So, ito na lang B ang kailangang isasali natin. So, now we have deductive steps here. Use the slope-intercept form. So, y is equal to mx plus b. Since our slope here, 2, m is equal to 2, and b is equal to 5. Substitute natin. So, y is equal to 2x plus 5. Conclusion, the equation of the line is y is equal to 2x plus 5. The word problem. For general rule, distance equals rate times time. No problem. A car travels at 60 km per hour for t hours. Yan. Use the linear equation. D is equal to 60t. So, distance niya 60t. If t is equal to 3, then d is equal to 60 times 3 is equals to 180. Yan. So, conclusion, the car travels 180 kilometers in 3 hours. In 3 hours. So, given na yung time natin na 3 hours. For predicting a value, a linear model can predict unknown values. So, we have model y is equal to 4x plus 1. So, let's find. To find y when x is equal to 5. So, substitute natin sa ating y is equal to 4x plus 1 ang x na 5. So, we have y is equal to 4 times 5 plus 1. So, that is 4 times 5, 20. Plus 1, 21. So, y is equal to 21. So, conclusion, when x is equal to 5 and y is equal to 21. So, ito yung mga deductive approach. So, ganito ang paggamit ng mga deductive approach. From general idea, ito, yung general equation niya. Then, up to specific na answer. So, yan yung ating deductive strategy approach. So, ganyan siya. So, that's all for inductive and deductive reasoning.